it's always weird because I don't know when this is going to start, but it's green, so what's up? Sorry. Again, I'm trying to create a chill environment. I'm always trying to create a chill environment, and then I get excited because chill environments are just like one of my favorite things. So I get real excited. And it can cause confusion in the environment because I have so much energy that if I'm getting excited about shit, then it affects everything. Let's see if I can make this make more sense. Oh, those lights could be on. That'd be adorable, right? If those lights behind me were on. What if I do that? That'd be nice, right? Not like that. Not how it's gonna be. Give me a second. Just give me 1 second. This is another one of those things that will already be in place the next time I do this. I won't subject you guys to this kind of preparation next time. But also, hopefully, by the next time I do one of these, I'll actually start at 5:30. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying, dog? I hope you do. Gorgeous. That's pretty bright. That doesn't bother me, though. Is that all of them? They're all doing their thing? It's pretty bright. Maybe I'll turn one of these off. And then another one. No, let's turn that one on. And leave that one on. And leave that one on. And then we'll get rid of, which one was the... No, they're all pretty dope. Well, I guess we can just leave them like that and not make it too big of a deal. Don't have to make a whole thing out of it. We are just hanging out, so I don't know why I would. You know what? Fuck it. Let's turn them off. There. Now there's no confusion. Now nobody has to be confused. Not that everyone. Oh my goodness. Okay, now you're confused. Now you're like, what is this guy doing? Trust me. I don't know. I can tell you that. Earnestly. Scene. I don't want a scene anymore. I just want color. Can I just have color? There we go. Nice, dim. There we go. This is where we should have been to begin with. I don't know why I was trying to do that fancy shit. Yeah. Fuck yeah. It's like chilling in here now. Now nobody's confused about the vibe. Thank goodness. I always get nervous when I'm trying to create vibes. Okay, so we're gonna do some inking today. Not Splatoon. How ridiculous is that? You don't even know what I'm talking about. Okay. I was having some issues with the color correction on this thing before, so forgive me if I'm cranky. I also got a cup of coffee around here somewhere. Is that it right there? Way back there? That's messed up. So I'm doing this guy today. This guy. Right there. And we're gonna do his teeth and his meat and his body and his eyeballs and his eye whites. So I think his teeth and his whites are gonna be pretty much the same color, like a yellowish, whitish, brown color. Brown. No, a yellowish white. And then we'll do his meat like a dark red. Like that. You can't even see it. There you go. And then we'll do, I think I need to make a purple for the body. Let's see. If the body's gonna be like purplish red, because it's got blue tentacles, so this is something I really should have decided before. What do you guys think? Red or purple? For this thing. Not for the eyes. Let's start off with the teeth and the meat and the eye, and then we'll finish off with this once we have a better look at what kind of color scheme we want to look at. So, to begin, I feel like I should get that part over with, actually. So I already know it's going to be red and purple. I guess it's going to be a purple-bodied monster with red veins. So should it be like a light? I guess it could be. And then yeah, the veins will be like that dark red color of the meat down here. This is strange, but it'll all make sense. Let's just get some. Let's do something. Let's do what we know what we're doing. I need to order more yellow. That's what we know we gotta do. Don't stop rocking that girl and live all the way. You do things that matter to me. Oh, hey. Oh, okay. Shake the ink. Get some white in there. Probably a lot. Because we crazy. Because we losing our minds. And then I need to get like a better stirring stick option. Because these needles work. Ugh. I'm gonna get ink on my hair at some point really soon, I'm sure. So I try not to even worry about it because it's an inevitability. Okay. Now, this is something I knew I was gonna run into, is I should have only used a little bit of yellow because it's gonna be so hard to overcome this with white. So I'm gonna dump a little bit. I'm gonna dump a little bit of this yellow. I just don't know where to dump it. Okay, I'm gonna dump it in this other spoon. I'm gonna pretend that I'm not gonna need this other spoon. I'm gonna dump some of this yellow in there. Or all of it. Because I just don't need that much yellow. This is technically more of a white project. No offense. You know, stop Asian hate, but... Just need more of that white. There we go. That's messy. That's nice and messy. There we go. See, that's still too yellow, but at least we're in the right direction. Actually, that's pretty nice. That's a nice color. I do sort of feel like I should add a little bit of brown. Not for this is not racial, but it might bring out the color a little bit easier. Nah, I think yellow's smart. Light yellow's smart. That's what color the teeth is going to be. Honestly, I've thought about just leaving the teeth in the eyeball skin color. Oh, you can't even see the actual color of that. How sad. This setup is really weird for trying to capture a tattoo. It's all about that background shit. Too late. I need to get a green screen mechanic in here. Somebody who can really... Oh, fuck. I just knocked something off my desk. I hope it wasn't important. Okay. Yeah, we got everything we need right here. So, I'm gonna wipe off my needle on the green screen over here because I don't have anywhere else to put it. And then, let's see, we need some of this, some of that, little petroleum jelly for the masses. There we go. That's nice, isn't it? Isn't that what you came here for? Little lube up. Little lube up. Little lube up. Don't stop. Stoppin', stoppin'. You are stoppin', stop. Now we have a shiny arm and I don't know how to stop. Okay. So if we're doing the teeth and the eyeball, then we're doing the teeth and the eyeball. And there's no reason to be weird about it. And that begins. It's always the hardest part. Literally. Especially when you're trying to stream your tattoos. It's like, man, can I just do it? Or do I have to set up a broadcast? You know, it's like, is this guy in it for the ink or the attention? And I think you could technically ask yourself that same question about anybody with tattoos. But if somebody's tattooing themselves on the internet, you know that person is probably mostly in it for the attention. And if you have a problem with that, don't subscribe. This is not the channel you want to be a part of if you don't like people who like getting attention. Let me be honest with you. I'm only interested in viewers who are interested in giving me attention. You know what I mean? So, if I'm not your style, go watch another video. There's different vibes. Every video's got different vibes, so no hard feelings. Maybe you do like giving people attention who want attention, just not when it comes to your tattoos. I get it. But that's what I'm doing here. I'm poking and I'm hoping that the tattoo gods are with me, because I cannot do this by myself. Look, I'm already inking myself. Let's get my tattoo shirt out and wipe this business. Okay. Yeah, this is gonna be nice. I can already tell I like where it's going, but I gotta be honest, I'm a little nervous about the size of the needle I'm using. I think I'm very quickly gonna need to downgrade and scoot my face a lot closer to the product that I'm working on, so I can make sure that I'm actually getting in the lines. This is such a fat needle. We're gonna move past this needle pretty quick here. I don't even know if it'll come in handy. No, I'm not a pussy. Look, I can get around tight corners with a fat needle. I can maneuver a boat, you know? My mom was a Columbia River pilot. It's in my blood. I was raised basically navigating large boats up small canals and trying to find ways through that people didn't think it was possible for boats that big to fit through. So if that makes sense at all to you, you should subscribe, because I'm full of that kind of nonsense. That's what I do all the time. So that's what we're doing here. That's what I'm going to continue to do. I have to lube up in between every round, so I'm gonna get a different needle going. I'm gonna do a different shader, because this big one is not gonna work. I need like a round one, not like a mass one. This is how we learn, guys. Let's see, which of these needles looks cool? That's what the real question is. There's a 3RS, that's not what we want. We got ourselves a 1205 RL, that's not what we want. That's a liner. Our S is shader. Our L is liner. I'm sure you can imagine which one you would want to use for which situations. But there's also M1s, or M's, which are like big shaders. They're like mass, for mass covering. And as much as I have mass, you know, ask my girlfriend, it's still a matter of just, I don't want to waste any time here. There we go. That's a good one. Well, I'm missing, you know? I don't want to... That's cool. That's a lot easier for me. That's what you guys want, right? You want things to be easier for me? That's what everybody wants. Cool. Sorry for that little practice poke. You shouldn't have seen me do that. That was awkward for everybody, wasn't it? Okay. Lube this up. It's so shiny. It's such a shiny tattoo. Or skin, I guess. It's not really a tattoo. I mean, it is a tattoo, but that's not the shiny part. The shiny part's the skin. And the lube. Ay, ay, ay. Ah. Open. Says me. Don't stop poking your skin. You got to keep poking. If you want a tattoo on you, you got to be poking. Tattoo pokes, they hurt a lot, but it is so worth it now. You get a tattoo out of it, and no cost. Free tattoos. Free tattoos, advertising. Free tattoos for me, not. I've had a couple people like message me like, hey, can I get a tattoo? And it's like, yo, of course, yes, because I love you and you're my friend, but are you gonna pay me? No? Shit. Well, I already agreed. It's too late now. Guess I'm poking. You know. But I give people shitty tattoos, so it's their fault for hiring me, I would say. I give myself great tattoos, as you can see. Don't worry about that bear. I didn't do that bear, but we'll pretend I did. We'll pretend that the biggest part of my sleeve was still done by me. You have to cover that bear up eventually. I didn't realize how gay Californians were when I got it. I mean, I guess I can sort of stand by it because it's representative of post-apocalyptic California, which is, you know, pretty accurate since, you know, California is the most apocalyptic state in the Union. But it's still embarrassing. Right? Good thing there's nobody chatting. I would have missed all that through my ranting. I mean, good thing the chat is so fun that they don't need me to interact for them to be able to make fun jokes. Y'all should, if you're seeing this after the fact, y'all should join in live with the chat. That's on the mornings that we do this. You know what I mean? Too far? Not far enough. Who knows? Well, what do you do? We can lower that a little bit, I guess. But I don't want to completely obstruct everybody's view of the fun. Yo, why is he worried about views so much? Nobody's even watching. What? You're watching. Why would you say that? That's so fucked up. I don't like bullies. Maybe you should leave. What do you guys think? You think this bully should leave? Cool. Mods, kick him out of here. We don't want to deal with that stuff right now. See, I have mods. Only the best YouTubers get mods. Alright. I'll go through a couple more times and then just trust that it's going to look dope. Because, to be honest, I'm not feeling like it's going to be right now. But maybe if I think I might even get some liner in there for emphasis. Ooh, and then maybe I'll use brown with little tiny liners after the yellow settles to like add texture to the teeth. I'll probably end up doing that. The teeth and eyeballs, guys, this is not today's product is not going to be a finished product. There's probably going to be one more episode for this tattoo, for this alien, because he's a big one. There's a lot of shading. I'm going to have to do more shading. There's going to be probably 2 more episodes, because I'll have to refill all these things one more time to get it thicker and nicer, and then I'll have to go through with the details. And I'll probably do that first, and then I'll shade it. Anyways, you guys already know all that shit. That's nice. Okay, so just get these tight corners. That's nice. Cool. Okay, and then we'll get these little guys over here. These tips. I'll probably do this one more time. Not a full 3. Because it's lines, I don't really want the tips. I'm not looking for the tips to be like a bolder color yellow than the rest of them. So since they're smaller, you can kind of, because it's like the whole picture that we're going to be looking at. So once I fill in, and it's not just skin toned on the tips, I don't need to make it like hard yellow. Unless I'm going to make the whole tooth yellow, like that hard. So we just make sure that there isn't any missing spots. Damn. I'm excited for this one to be done, so I can move on to one that's even more stressful and complicated artistically. Won't that be fun? Okay. Then we'll go through with that shader again, and then we'll wipe it. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 pokes per dip. You could do 8, you could do 12, but I do 10. If you do 13, it's not going to work. You're wasting pokes. You're now just a masochist. That's nice. Oh, we like that, don't we? Ooh, baby. That's right. Get those pokes. I'm glad that this ink is, because I can see it on the skin when I wipe it. I can see like, oh, that's in there. So I'm glad it's working that way with such a light color, or else I'd have to keep going over it painfully. It's not the lifestyle I'm looking for right now. Okay, I think that's inked. Yeah, pretty sure it is. Okay. Thank goodness. I like this this tooth color that we've got, and I think I like it for the eyes too. I think it's going to be nice on the eyes. Or sorry, eyeball. It's like one eye, but you know what I mean. It's like weird out here because he does have multiple points of view from that one eyeball. Just because he's an alien doesn't mean he doesn't have feelings, you know. See, it's a little yellow in there. That's nice. I like that. I might even just leave that for now and just be like, cool, that's yellow. And then we'll see how it fades. I mean, maybe I'll hit it up one more time. I'll go through that one more time, but let's start on the inside of the eye so I can just get a little bit more of a full picture on how this thing's gonna look nice. Because sometimes I just need... Why'd that stop? That's not fun. My space, guys. Restart space. There we go. And I'm going to click it on loop because I'm a dork. There we go. Loop it. Lupus. Let's get this out of the way. Let's get this back in the way. That's what we like to see. Alright, that's good enough. Sorry if you don't like it. Get the fuck out. I literally don't need you here. Too far? Is that being too aggressive? Or do we like that? Let me know in the comments. I need your approval desperately. Okay. This is nice. I like the bigger open spaces. They're easier to I mean, I'm sure you can imagine why. Filling these up with ink is just like a little bit calmer. And faster. Which I guess isn't really calmer, it's just different. Being so labely. Why does everything need a label? Can't we just live life, people? He asks himself. Well, I guess we could just live life, but... And then he goes into a rant about how the state intervenes. I think I'm tired of talking about the state. I think it makes me too angry, which is fun. It is literally fun for me to talk about how much I hate the government, but man, people get so weird about it. People, and I know that most of it is them being weird to my energy because I get angry when I talk about it. But, people get really almost not offended. That was gay. Not offended. That's better. It's Russian though. But like, people take it very personally when you start saying things like, yeah, maybe we shouldn't have a government. They take it very personally because, let's be honest, we've all been brainwashed to love the government. If you don't see that, if you can't understand how maybe you are brainwashed, because I know I'm brainwashed, because I want to get the vaccine. That's what I want, because it seems like the right thing to do. But then I go, wait. Is it normal for a human in this situation to want to go get that vaccine? And I don't think it is. I think it might be inhuman. So that's like part of the brainwashing. I don't think I've been brainwashed to be more human. I don't think I've been brainwashed the other direction nobody brainwashed me to dislike the government. That's the other frustrating thing about people's, like, because I'll be like, well, you were brainwashed. You can't tell people that, but if you do, which is true, we've all been brainwashed, people get weird. And then they'll accuse you, people will like say that like hating the government is a religion in itself to be brainwashed into. And I somewhat agree. If you hate the government the way like Republicans do, where you only love the government for killing people, yeah, that doesn't make sense. That's a hypocritical statement, and you're still loving the government. You're not even hating it. Just loving a different part of it. You can't have socialism without a strong military, people. And a strong police force. So they're working both sides. They're not even going to give us socialism. It's tyranny, it's capitalistic tyranny. Anarcho-tyranny. It's like the state only exists for itself's sake and for the sake of the people who support it, which is actually the trillionaires. When you make laws, if you start making laws that make billionaires start paying more money, which good luck, because that's what they're a billionaire's job. Like the best way that a billionaire can spend their time is finding out how to just keep their money. So when you pass laws that like take billionaires' money away, what you're really doing is giving billionaires more of a reason to do like negative shit to subvert that control. And you're putting them in direct contact with the power structure because they now have to like file more paperwork and shit, right? Because of all the new regulations on their shit. So now they're like talking to their friends more about how this is affecting them. And they're like, well, look, if it's affecting everybody, then at least there's that. So then they make the law structure for everybody. And this is how I don't know what I'm talking about. Is because where this conversation just went. There's no logic to that, but I believe it. And I don't think it's because I'm brainwashed. I think it's like the opposite. Because it wouldn't benefit anybody. It doesn't benefit anybody for me to hate power structures. And I don't hate power structures, but you know what I mean. You have to sort of word it that way for people to get it. I think I'm going to start wording it like the patriarchy. Like if I call the state the patriarchy, maybe more people would get along with what I'm saying. If I just called like the military-industrial complex, which is the actual problem, if I referred to that as the patriarchy, would more people agree with me that we should end the war? If I said war is a patriarchal concept? No, they wouldn't. Actually, they might. What do you guys think? Should we end the wars because it's patriarchy, or should we end the wars because it's wrong? You know, I meant the wars on us. I don't really care about the wars on terrorism, because that doesn't affect me. But this whole war on the American people is, you know, if you're going to be honest about everything, you can't start throwing out things that sound honest but are evil. People start believing it. So, sorry for what I just said. I do believe we should. Where is he even going with this? You think I know? Get off my back. That's nice. I think everybody knows that the state is evil. But we all also rely on the state. Seemingly. You know, because they're in control of everything. So, it seems like without them, we wouldn't have all the things that we have today. What, you just want to take away schools? What, you just want to take away the roads? What, you want no protection? It's not really what it means. Like, you can have schools without a state. You can have schools without some guy in another city making phone calls to your principal, telling them what to teach your kids and how much to charge you, and then making a phone call to the police officers, because this is what a state really does. Once a state says we got public school and everybody needs to go because it's a public, you got to take care of your kids. If you don't send your kids to public school, then you're abusing them. That's what they'll say. You're neglecting your children if you don't send them to public school. They call the cops in your town and they go, hey, watch out for any parents who aren't sending their kids to our school, because those parents are evil. That's what they'll say. Try to not let your kid go to school to get brainwashed. Try to just teach your kid regular shit. How to get a job. How to be happy. Try to teach your kid meditation and art. See how far that gets you in a city with public schools. See how much you're allowed to get away with there with your own children. No, because a public school teacher has a better idea of what your child needs to know in life than you do. And not only do they know better, but they also apparently care more. That's what they'll try to tell you. If you don't send your kids to public school, they'll be like, how dare you hang out with your own children whom you mustn't care about because they're children and you're not a teacher. If you're not a public school teacher, as far as the state's concerned, you don't care about children, and therefore you shouldn't be allowed to. If you want to, you have to prove to the state, to the patriarchy, you have to prove to the patriarchy that you're worthy of raising your own kids. You have to go, look, I got a certificate of education. Look, my kid's taking these tests. They're clearly being socialized properly. And the test will ask stupid questions like, who's more important, your parents or the president? And then if you write your parents, if you're a kid and you believe that the parents are more important than the president, then you fail the test, and then your parents are forced to not be allowed to teach you shit anymore. because apparently they taught you that they're more important to you than the president. That's what happens. And then if your parents don't take you to school, they'll get killed. And that might be an exaggeration, but you know what I mean. They'll get a fine. Yo, imagine like taking somebody's parents away. Taking a kid away from parents. Over education. And it's like, and if this is like tricky for you to wrap your head around, I get it. But if you're outright denying everything I'm saying, get the fuck out of here. You're brainwashed. And I can't even have people will like, brainwash accusations never go the other direction. You ever notice that? Nobody's response to a brainwash accusation is ever, no, you're brainwashed. You know why? Because they know. Because they know it's true. People know when they're brainwashed. Everybody in society knows they're fucked up by society. They just think that the solution is that they should be getting fucked up in a different way. Like, we need to be fucked up more equally across the board. It's like a really inefficient way to look at it. Not inefficient, gosh. Sometimes I get stuck with inefficiencies when the facts are that it's wrong. And this is another thing that people get upset about. And maybe it's because I'm getting upset by the time I get to the point that I'm saying it's just wrong. Because that's the fact. It's like God wouldn't accept this. God wouldn't say, yeah, you gotta listen to your elected officials and raise your kids the way they say. People are just like blind to how much control the patriarchy has over us. It doesn't control us by teaching our boys not to cry. It controls us by telling you over the news that you're not strong enough to go outside or to go hang out with your friends. That's how the patriarchy is getting us, guys. It's not toxic. The toxic masculinity isn't angry dads. Toxic masculinity is thinking that is mansplaining to somebody how a vaccine works when you don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. And mansplaining to somebody how they need to stay inside or else they're going to kill their grandma when you don't even know. And then you're wrong later. And then you don't even admit that you're wrong. That's mansplaining. That's the patriarchy. It's not that men make 2% more than women and work 50% harder than them and longer hours and more dangerous jobs. We don't have to get into that conversation. The patriarchy is the guy that comes to your job with a gun and threatens your boss, your employer, the person who you've come to an agreement with on how much work to do and how much you're going to get paid. The patriarchy comes in, points a gun at your boss and says, hey, you're not paying this person enough. He can't have a job. You gotta fire him instead of paying him the amount that you're paying him. What? That doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't make any sense. So that's why I'm against the patriarchy. We're gonna go one more time on this eyeball. Get some crevices. Make sure everything is nice and yellow where it should be. There we go. I'm gonna spill some ink. That'll be fun. I think that's gonna end up all being green as I get in there. I'll go back over and do some more eyeball stuff too, because eventually those eyeballs are gonna be the least colored in part of this tattoo if I do it right. There'll be a point where I really gotta update those eyeballs to match how dope everything else looks. Even though right there they're the Right now, they're like the boldest thing I got going on. It will not last forever. Oh, there's the spill. That's always fun. Ooh, that is a nice tiny area to be filled with yellow. That's great. Isn't that just beautiful? There we go. Okay. Get in this corner too. Just to let everybody know I didn't miss any spots. That's what this is all about. So if you look close, you're like, oh, you even got the tight corners. That's nice. Not that anybody would look that close, but you know, girlfriends look. A lady is gonna check. That's why I gotta make sure this is on point. Get that ink in there, in that tight corner. Scared everybody off with my anarchist bullshit. Classic Bram. You know, Bram, you don't always have to talk about things you hate. Maybe if you talked about things you loved, people would appreciate it. Yeah, I hear you, but oh, my hate is so strong. Fuck the patriarchy. I'm against it. I just don't believe in it. It's like the devil. Like, I'll say it right to your face. I hate the devil. I'm against Satan. I would say that too. The same way I hate the patriarchy. They're both bad. Whichever one. Or the state. Or, you know, the terrorists. However you want to name it. However you want to call it. The bad guys. I hate the bad guys. I'm always on the good guys team. That's how I play life. Well, that's yellow now. I don't know how much more. Okay. We're going to go through once more a nice full go pass over of this yellow of the teeth and the eyeball. And then we're going to move on to the meat because this is taking time. This takes time. Just lube it all the way so there's no confusion. Okay, we're going to start with the corners because the corners deserve it. And then we'll get that motherfucking shader on there. Come on, needle. Pick up. Pick up without spilling. Who's the ridiculous one here? Okay, so. That's nice. That's pretty good. Okay. Get these little areas too. I forgot these, I think, when I was going through and doing corners. These little up against the meat spots. That's important too. Transition spots are important. There we go. We're going to fill in these little teeth just with tiny dots because they're so small. That's beautiful. This is going to be great. Can't wait to show off my tats on Men's Health magazine in 2025. That's going to be a good year. Go ahead and clip that and save it in your archives. And if anybody sends me that clip when I'm on the cover of Men's Health 2025, I will give them a free YouTube subscription to this very account. You might be saying, we already have that. And I would say, wait till 2025. Shit's gonna get wild. It's only gonna get more wild. Let me tell you. Everybody's like, I can't wait for this to be over. Nah. We're not going anywhere, guys. We're doing this for a while. It's just reality now. And if you don't like that, I am so sorry to break it to you. How embarrassing for both of us. That's some more yellow. That's nice. Okay, now we'll get the corners of these eyeballs. So nobody has any questions about how much I did. I don't want anybody going, hey, did you get in there? And then for me to have to lie. Like, I'd rather be able to be completely honest about what I've done. No bullshit. No bullshit for the lovers. What is he even saying? You know, it's like the opposite of haters. Oh, that's a little ridiculous, but I like it. Thanks. If you poke all the way to the bottom of your tattoo cup, if you touch the bottom of it when you're doing it, you'll get little globs. I'll show you in a second. After I finish with this color, I'll fuck up this needle by getting a glob on it. Actually, yeah, here we go. See that? That's a glob. If you just dip it, it looks a little different. See how it's like smooth? That's not a glob. That's the amount. That's stuff that'll go into my skin. But there's like dry ink in there too, and it globs up. Ooh, that's nice. That's one corner to get. People didn't even know there was corner there. There's corners everywhere. Okay, I guess we can do this shader now. And we'll call that yellow good. That feels nice. Not the poking. The poking actually feels horrible, but it's nice that I can be done with this part. You know? There we go. Some yellow. Did I not do that tooth? Shit. Could have sworn I did. Oh, I think it just like squeegeed it off. See that gulp? See that big dot? Okay, I guess it is gone. Hey, maybe I don't know as much about tattooing as I thought I did, you know? Just pretend if you touch the bottom of your cup, you get a glob for me. That's better for me. If you do that pretending. Alright, let's get through this thing. Okay, that's nice. Oh man, I can't wait to get a super powered mic that I can point at my skin so you can hear this popping that the needle makes when it goes through the skin. It's very satisfying because it's like, yep, that's through. Yep, that little pop means it's working. Means I'm getting ink under my skin. Nobody recommends that I do this. I've never had anybody look at what I do and how I do it and go, nice. That's nice. Because it's pretty scary to some people, I guess. It's a little weird, right? See, that's the color issue I was worried about. But if I keep a hand there, it's still there? How much? Oh my gosh. That is wild. How much different it is. But oh well. I do like that yellow, so I'm excited to get some. So now I gotta make up purple? Shit, what did I sign up for? Maybe it's just blue. Oh man, I really didn't want to do a blue alien. Why did I make his tentacles blue? feel like his body should match that. No, his body could be purple. Nobody could say anything if he was a purple tattoo. Especially if he had that red meat on his teeth, it would make sense. Okay, maybe I'll do that. My girlfriend's calling. I'm gonna get in trouble right now. But hopefully she goes on. She'll come on the online and be like, whoa. See that line? That's my green table. That's what I'm trying to use. I wonder if that does it. That does get rid of the line, doesn't it? Is this thing on? Shit. How about a weed, too? That's fucked. Well, I guess we just get back to it. Do I have a pipe around here somewhere so I don't have to be a total quitter? I'm not finna quit. I'm just finna get a little bit higher. Is that so bad? Golly. Tell me there's something in here. Tell me there's a pipe over here. There isn't. I'll be right back. I'll be right back fast. Okay. Jeez, so sensitive. There's my lighter. You like that lighter? It's pretty good, right? You're like, actually, that's a dope lighter. And you'd be right. You'd be absolutely right to say that. Because it is dope, right? Who could dislike a Keef scoop? You know what I mean? Doesn't everybody want to see a little Keef scoop? There we go. Yeah. It's an experience. It's all part of the game. Little Keef. Little golden Keef. That's nice, right? Who wants to watch me light that shit up? Excuse me! Sir! Are you about to light up? See, this might be where it's decided that this is too much. Because if it was, this might be called excessive now that I've added Keef. Because you're allowed to smoke, but it's not. You're not allowed to have excessive drug use. Sorry, I don't know how to look. Usually I have the camera up there. You're allowed to smoke weed because it's just drug use. But if you have excessive drug use, that's where you get into trouble. That's where they go, hey now. And I think just by putting Keef on this bowl, that's excessive drug use now. I'm almost positive. Has this mic been muted the whole time? Wow. I guess we'll find out. Shit. Where's my purple ink? Maybe that's what my girlfriend was calling about too. What if she's actually calling and she's like, yeah, of course. Trying to tell me, hey, you're fucking up. And I'm like, I can't talk right now. I'm busy talking. Oh well. That's definitely something I should have checked. I think I did. Oh, the purple's in this bag that I threw on the floor. Guys, don't do this. If you're tattooing, you could do better than me. You can do better than this. Okay, this is a nice color though. This is purple, but it's very, very light purple. So now that I've already got the white in there, I don't want to make it white, but maybe this will lighten it up and still make it purple, you know? I think it will. I think it's kind of... Please don't make it blue. It's coming through a little blue on the screen, but in my eyes right now, I can see it's pretty much just purple. But if anything, I'll add a little bit of that blood red to it to make it like match up with the flesh tone a little bit better. You gotta mix a lot, because if you don't, you're gonna get like, I don't actually know. Why wouldn't you mix a lot? Or why would you have to? See, it's not actually blue. It kind of looked blue when it was down there, but I'm glad once I pull it up here, you can see it's got like a pinkish. It's very purple. I think I like this color. I'm a little nervous. I gotta be honest. Can you tell I'm nervous? I'm glad the mic's actually on. Jeebus. I can't wait to see how much was muted. What if it was not that much? What if not that much of it was actually muted? Hey, if you're watching, can you tell me if I just started talking, or if you heard me talking before, or if you weren't? Because I don't really want to go through and like go try to watch the video back again, but I don't know. It's weird out there. I'm trying to mix it all in as much as I can. I don't want to be the mixer guy. I don't want to be the guy who just stirs ink all day. But you got to make sure you get your full colors, your full mix. That's nice. Let's let it adjust. Let's see what color that is. What do you think about that? Purple. Okay, I'm going with that. Let's not fuck with it. Let's not get weird. Let's just enjoy what we have. That's straight up purple. Alright. We're going to put that in the skin. So, that's going to be this body's color. And then there's going to be some dark red, like veins in there. That's the plan. So let's... Boy, am I anxious or are you anxious? Let's get another round shader. No, we can do a mask shader. I'm not crazy. Man, so what do you do? Never mind. I guess I'll just ask her. I have girl problems, I guess. It's not really girl problems, it's like people problems. The girl part is fine and dandy. But the you know, when your actions affect other people's lives, it's just like, whew, what do I do? What am I supposed to do then? And when you do the wrong thing and... Ooh, look at that color. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, we're just gonna get the base down because I'm tired of this being skin toned. I'm tired of people being like, what's happening? This purple is now going to make everything make sense. That is so happy. Word. I mean, it's not muted now. I at least know that. This is how you learn. Boy, I think I just got a little bit of purple into that eyeball, but that'll be okay. That will be okay, I promise. This is such a nice color. Oh my gosh, I'm obsessed. I'm glad I can finally make purple, damn. I have been literally struggling with this color for too long. Okay. Yeah, this shader is a little scary sized for the spaces I'm working with here. No, it's not. Just poke it. That's nice. Ooh. Clean. Someone's gonna be like, damn, that guy's got talent. And I'm gonna be like, it's called practice. How do I see that my problem is I have these greasy ass fingers? I inherited them from my dad. And boy, does the needle like to turn. But there's got this like flat spot on it too. So I can grab it by that instead of by the round part. And it's a little bit tenser of a hold. Because when you hold it in the back, you can kind of throw it around a little bit. And it's more comfortable, but when you hold it up front, you gotta kind of make sure to be careful because every little movement moves it so far. I know that none of that technically makes sense, but as the expert here, you can just trust me that that's what's happening. Oh yeah, baby. Ooh, ooh, that is so nice. This guy is gonna be my favorite tattoo until my next one. That's cool. And then this can get filled in too. Oh, he's so cute. What a little cutie pie. Aww. Aww. And then we'll get in here. Okay. For the wipe. Now, it's not going to be as purple as it is now. I always have to remind myself after the first one, like, it's not going to stay that. But give me 2 more Passovers with this thing. Ooh. This is nice. Absolutely loving how this is turning out. Excuse my pride. I don't know what to say. It's just nice. Alright. Here we go. I like going fast when I can. So I'll do a couple fast poke throughs now that I've got the base coat down. Now that it's primed, I'll do a couple fast pass throughs and then I'll go through and do the corners after. This is always like risky, but you just gotta have faith and don't get too close to the corners. When you get real close, you just gotta be like, oops, pull back, keep going. See, already, like this space is too tight for me to go fast in right now. I think it's this size of this needle is like, it's not the biggest needle I've ever seen, but you know, we are working in proximity here. Fighting in an elevator is what I heard on a podcast yesterday, so I'll bring that up now as a reference. Wow, I really wonder though. It must have been minutes upon minutes upon minutes of my mouth moving and no talk coming out. Whole entire minutes. Okay. Alright, you little corner bitch. Alright, you little eyeball. The fuck is this shape? Who drew you? Jesus Christ. They are a dork. That's nice. I'm not even gonna bother with that right now. Fuck it. God. I I gotta wipe my hands after this. We're getting into some stuff that I do not want to fuck up on. This needle is doing the job, though. You know what? This idea that it's too big, it's clearly not, because it's working, so maybe this is the exact right size needle. Oh, man. It's not a sized needle. That's the weird thing. I mean, it kind of is. Oh, man. Because when you look up the definition of... Okay, look, because you'd say it's not a sized needle. It's like the amount of needles and the shape of it, right? And the shape of in the formation. It's more of a formation than a size. Because a needle is like 1 point, and this is like 5. But I think technically a needle is a device used to like inject things, or no, because it's like sewing. Yeah, I guess it is a single point. It just depends on how you look at it, though. I don't know. Let's not get too caught up in definitions. Definitions, I only like using definitions when they match up with my argument. And a wipe. And a wipe. And a wipe. Okay, that's getting more purple. Let's do it again. If I get a smaller needle, I bet I can... No, let's just do this thing. Let's get up in there. This is going good. You just gotta have faith sometimes, guys. I get freaked out when I'm doing these, because it's important to get it right. But, you know, it's like... when you get freaked out and focus too much on doing it right, you can like lose yourself a little bit and end up doing it wrong because you care so much. So just gotta relax, have fun. Okay, we're gonna get up close. I think this works. I don't want you guys to not see me though, because I know you like looking at me. Okay, that's good. Oh, this is actually a better angle anyways, just in general. Wait, you want to look over here? Yeah, I get it. Okay. Alright. Let's tattoo this thing. Goodness. Who's the dork here? That's what I want to know. Don't look at my mic. It's not about the mic I'm using. It's about what I'm saying, guys. I'm such a dork. Gosh. I always wanted to be like less of a dork. You know, I want to be cool. I want to be like a fighter dude, like a party dude, but I'm just kind of a dork. I'm just kind of a quiet dork. What do? You know? I mean, I love getting up on stage. I love performing. But it doesn't feel like who I am just like in the day-to-day. And maybe that's a choice. You know, sometimes you think like maybe I'm actively choosing to be different from my true self in the day-to-day. Especially when I know that there's other moments where I'm having more fun and being more energetic and exciting. Sometimes those moments... Oh, man. Like, which one is real? Like, am I the me that I am when I'm, like, going? When I'm on? Am I the me that's, like, how I act when I'm by myself or with a small group of friends who I trust, or when I'm around my family? Because I definitely act different around my family than I do my friends. But those are all a lot closer to each other than like how I act when I'm performing too. But when I'm performing, it's like more, and it's like more fun, and it's more people get attentive. You know, more people notice how you're acting when you're performing than when you're just being yourself? And is that what it's about? Is that what, because it's like amplified, so is it more of you? Is that more you than when you're being less energetic? I get stuck thinking about that sometimes, like, wait, which one? And then, because maybe I'd like to be more that energetic guy in public more, or with my friends. Maybe that's how I want to be. But it's like too scary. And maybe that's why I like performing, is because it's like, here's an explicit opportunity for me to be myself. So, and people have signed up to experience me being myself in this performance, and they're enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. But when I'm like just hanging out with the crew, you know, it can be like, if I wanted to turn on like that and act that way, maybe it would be like annoying, because we're not at a place where I'm the one who's supposed to be attended to. We're at a different place where we're all hanging out. So you mute yourself a little bit around people. Is that what you're supposed to do? Like, maybe if more people were getting annoyed with me in my personal life, maybe that would be a more honest view of who I am. Like, maybe I am actually a more annoying person. And I'm just like, I just don't want to put that on people, but maybe I should be more annoying. That's sometimes what I think, is like, maybe you should just be more annoying. And then find the people who dig that. Maybe. That sounds like a lot. That sounds scary. That's why I usually just land on, I'll just keep being myself. I'll be quiet when I want to be quiet. I'll be loud when I want to be loud. But then I guess, yeah, a lot of times I'm not being loud when I want to be loud. That's kind of the part where I get annoyed. It's just like, oh man, I want to be loud right now. But people get weird when you start sweating and screaming and talking about anarchy. So just try to keep it on the DL. That's purple. We'll do that again. Maybe we actually leave that at that amount of purple now. So we can get out of here after I finish that red. And then we'll come back to it with some more depth. I like that idea. Let's get that blood red going. That's nice. Oh, red. Oh, red, where are you? Hey guys, have you seen my blood red ink? Oh, tell me that's not what I dropped. Down there. No. No. It mustn't be that. There's gotta be another thing. My mom just texted me. Should I read it? Do you guys want to know what my mom's got going on? Mommy text message. Good morning. Oh yeah. She wants to know if she's still gonna pick up my daughter tomorrow after work. And she is. I'll text her back. And I'll give her a shout out. I'll be like, hey mom, look, you're on my show. You got on my show. And she'll be like, oh my gosh, I love your show. I'm like, thanks mom. Because that's what family does. I'm missing my blood red ink. Shit. It fell earlier. In the beginning of the show. Wow. Wow. Wow, I can't believe that, actually. I mean, I can believe. That's the thing. There we go. See, isn't that just a nice color? I just like that color. Is that my problem or your problem? Or maybe it's not even a problem at all. Who knew? Maybe it's just cool. Okay. That's nice. I gotta start looking at you. That's what I'll do next episode when I'm famous for this. And in the next episode, when I get famous for this, I should start using, like, other things for tattooing, like real needles and shit. Not just tattoo needles, but, like, ones that are not designed for tattooing. Here's the thing, is I got the shape of this tooth a little weird. But we're just going to deal with that for now and see. Maybe there's an adjustment I can make down the road that'll make it look neater. Make it look coolier. We're going to get the small needle to get in those crevices. Afterwards. After I do this. Okay. Man, that was a good rant earlier, right? Hope something else comes out like that soon of my mouth. Hopefully God speaks through me again. Someday people will watch these and be like, holy shit, this guy thought he was smart. They'll be right. Then they'll know. Then everybody will get it. They'll be like, oh, he thinks he's smart. That's what's happening. Don't get me started. I don't think I'm dumb. People can't think I'm dumb. Because I'm not cool. That's where I get tripped up. I think people think I'm dumb because I think I'm cool, and cool people are kind of dumb. But I'm a nerd and a dork, so there's nothing cool about that. So, but what I mean is, it's not that there's nothing cool about that. There's actually a lot cool about that. What I mean is, like, why would people think I'm dumb? Why would I think that if I also know that people think I'm a nerd? Like, if that's my perception of people's perception of me, that's how I go through life, is thinking like, oh man, they must think I'm dumb. And then I go, oh man, they must think I'm a real fucking nerd. It doesn't even make sense. I don't even see those two things. Like, there's not dumb nerds out there, is there? No. I mean, there's like, I guess there's like stupid nerds. You could be a nerd who doesn't know anything, but you can't be a nerd who's like zoning out all the time. I feel like if you're in nerd territory, you're like paying attention to something. Your like eyes are open on something, even if that's not. This is great. I love this tat. I mean, I guess if you're focused if you're focused too much on something as a nerd, I guess I could see where that would come out. Like, people that might come through in your interactions as you like not paying attention. If you're thinking too much. And I guess that could be seen as dumb. I guess I do think a lot. It's not about smart things, but my brain is always like processing. Because I always have a podcast on, so that intelligent stuff. Does everybody who listens to podcasts think they're better than everybody else? Honest question. Because that's how I feel about it. I'm pretty sure I'm better than everybody else. Just because I listen to podcasts. It's like people who read newspapers or like read like articles, titles. Like they think they're better than everybody else. I saw the title of an article that Study Said You're Wrong. They'll do that a lot. I always heard it on a podcast. I'm always like, no, I listened to a podcast with a guy who's smarter than you, so you're wrong. Therefore, you're wrong. That's what I'll do. Does anybody else do that? It's a good move. It works. Because people who don't listen to podcasts, I think, and tell me if you don't listen to podcasts, if you disagree with this, but I think most of them think they're missing something. If you're not listening to podcasts, you've got to be going through life thinking, oh man, what did Joe Rogan say today? Shit, I must be missing out on reality if I don't know what Joe Rogan said. So is that, if you don't listen to podcasts, is that what you think? That's what I want to know. Because when I'm not listening to podcasts, that's what I think. It's like, oh man, what am I missing out there? Something's going on and I don't know what it is. That's why I listen. And that's why I'm better than everybody else. You know? Not to mention I have a podcast, listen to Brand Nation everywhere you got one. That makes me 10 times better everywhere. Too mumbled. Oh, I was supposed to show you the wipe. My bad. We're making pretty good time. I can do another pass over so you can see the wipe. Why is this muted? Fuck. Some of my best work. Some of my best rants. We just get the mute going. I gotta get that button. I gotta put a piece of tape on that button. I never use that shit. I'm not muting my microphone. I want people to hear what I have to say. I want people to hear me coughing so they know I got congestion. I gotta have people know that I am a burping person so they feel like I'm real. I want people to think I'm real. I should do another Passover with that purple because this red is really bold. I'm going to do another Passover with that purple before I go. I can't have some pale ass purple going on. I need people knowing I'm proud of this shit. Whoa, he's got a purple alien. That's purple. He must be really into that. Not really. It just happened naturally. Oh, wow. He's a natural guy. Yes. Now you get it. Okay. Let's see. Wish y'all would tell me. If you're all I mean, maybe do you guys like it better when I don't talk? Is that why you don't tell me I'm muted? Should I just keep my mouth shut right now while we go through this? Sorry, I decided I'm not going to fill this in all the way because the red is really, I mean, it's not going to stay, and actually I probably should go over it again, but this is going to fade a lot. These reds are finicky. The red molecule is bigger. Kind of like the red wavelength is wider than a blue wavelength. Red molecules are bigger than blue molecules. So, and this goes, I think, the same with dyeing hair, but it doesn't stay in the skin as well. So even though it's sitting on there really heavy, it's going to fade a lot. Maybe I should just leave the purple how it is and let the red fade and it'll all match. I think that's what we're going to do. I'm going to fill this in. We're going to let it fade out, and then we'll cover up with that purple. No, I like the purple I have. I got to use that more. I got to fill up my skin with as much of that color as I can so I don't have to remake it. See, this is the tricky part. How much do I do? How much do I put in? Oh man, I totally didn't answer the call from my girlfriend because I thought she was mad at me. It'd be really funny if she was like trying to tell me that my mic was muted. I think I already said that. I just think about things that are the same as what I thought about before a lot. Does anybody else have repetitive thoughts? That's a stupid question. Of course you don't. You're too smart. You're too smart to think the same thing twice. I know you. I know you. That's cool. Fill in these little corners. Make it real. I don't know. I don't know what to do with this red and the purple thing, and the yellow's actually looking pretty bold too. Yeah, I'm gonna go over the purple again. Once I get these corners filled, I'm gonna go over the red one more time, because that's 3. I mean, that's like pretty good. Oh man, these were really tight spaces. I can see why. Something. I can see something from that. That tells me something. I just don't know what it is because I'm uneducated. Yo, shout out if you don't have a degree or any licenses. Shout out if you're just out there living life with your own skills and ideas. And nobody ever brainwashed you into thinking that, some bullshit about sanitation of needles or some stupid equation that doesn't actually mean anything in reality. It's all just on paper. And it's stupid code. If you're learning code, go fuck yourself. You're working for the robots now? Are you kidding me? Jesus Christ. Slaves. If you're a coder, don't follow me. Do not follow me if you're a coder, because you're going to start tracking me and the robots are going to see me through your code, and I just don't want to have anything to do with that. So get the fuck out of here. Coders are going to be like cops in the future, like informants for the robot police. And I just can't have you. Okay, but maybe we could use a couple rebel coders. A couple people who know how to code but hate robots to sort of like help us resist. Maybe that's actually something I should consider when I'm choosing my fan base. Choose your fan base wisely. Fan base? That's a little presumptuous, isn't it? No. I think it's perfectly fine to say fans. Because in the future, everybody's going to have a fan base. Made up of robots. Yo, how many TikTok accounts are just hackers? Follow if you're a hacker. Follow if you are somebody who's just out there following random accounts, not actually watching videos. Because I need more followers, so yeah, get on my team. Okay, that's enough red. I'm gonna get a little bit more purple, and then I gotta go to work. I am a degenerate. What? That doesn't even match up with what you're talking about, degeneracy. Yo, you don't know me. The purple ink is a nice color. Nice color. Nice color. This purple ink is a nice color. So I'll put it on my skin. Okay, I'm glad you can see that, because I am doing some beautiful work here. I can't wait to get the texture on those eyeballs. I think you're supposed to do outlines first. I think that's like heavily recommended artistically. But I'm going to add a lot of like little details after this is done. And that's probably why all my art is fuzzy. All these come out fuzzy. because I put the lines on after I shade it. I go in and do all the like little, try to do like Lineworks type stuff in there, like details. But maybe you can't see them as well when you do it that way. Am I supposed to tattoo around the lines, or am I allowed to tattoo through the lines? Can a real tattoo artist tell me, please? You know what I mean? Am I like covering up my line? This whole process is like, this is how you learn though. That's what they'll say. They'll say, well, this is how you learn. And I'll be like, go fuck yourself. I don't need to hear that shit. You don't think I know this is how you learn? I hate when people are like, hey, well, what do you do? Go fuck yourself. How about that? How about that's what you do? I wasn't asking you for advice or what you think about what's happening. I was just telling you what's happening. What do you know, you're tattooing yourself and you didn't get trained. What do you expect to happen? You're right. You're right. Sorry, you're right. Okay, I'm glad we got this figured out. Okay, do that. Do more of that. Do a little bit more of that. And then we'll call it good. Jeebus. Holy hell. What is this all about anyways? It's about art. Thanks for watching. Come back this weekend. I think I'm going to finish this tattoo on Saturday. Oh no, I'm going to do different tattoos on Saturday because this has got to heal. But yeah, be there or be square. I don't know what time. Sorry. I don't know what to tell you. You know. That's nice. I like that.